Donald Trump is now threatening to sue the network Univision after they pull the plug on their Spanish-language coverage of the Trump-owned Miss USA pageant. They cited what they called insulting remarks about Mexican immigrants made by Trump when he launched his presidential campaign. Wednesday night at a fundraising event, the Donald said his comments were taken out of context. Take a listen.
Here's another thing that was terribly misconstrued on purpose. I love Mexico. I love the Mexican people. Two waiters came up to me tonight. Mr. Trump, we love you. I said, where are you from? Mexico. I said, that's great. I love you too. I do. I love Mexico. I've had tremendous relationships with people in Mexico. But I said, we need a strong border. I said, we need a wall.
And Elaine Quijano is here. She's covering the story for CBS this morning. Hey, Elaine.
Hello.
So the Donald, let's just bring it into context for people who may be coming through the story cold. He said during the launch of his presidential campaign, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists. Then he added, some I assume are good people. But that is what Univision has taken umbrage to.
That's right. They called those remarks insulting. And obviously, for their audience, that would be tremendously insulting. We should point out that not only is Univision dropping the Miss USA pageant, saying it's going to cut all of its business ties with Donald Trump, you also have the hosts, the co-hosts, two of them, who were supposed to be emceeing this event for the Spanish language network, and they have pulled out as well. These remarks, as you can imagine, are tremendously offensive to people. But what is interesting now is that Donald Trump is in turn suing, or saying that he will sue them. We got a statement from Michael Cohen, who is special counsel to Donald Trump, and he says, we intend to pursue all legal rights and remedies available to Mr. Trump pursuant to the terms of the license agreement. Now, we should point out, this was a 5-year deal, $13.5 million at stake. Donald Trump, in addition to the remarks that you heard there at that fundraiser, he also put out his own statement, and he says that the Mexican government, he believes, is putting the pressure on Univision to take this position. He stands by his position.
He does. He stands by those remarks.
That's right. He stands by his remarks, and he says, Mr. Trump, this is his own statement, cannot be silenced on this very important problem of what he says are costly trade deals for the United States. He says, I have great respect for Mexico and love the Mexican people, but my loyalty is to the United States and making our country great again.
He used to reference himself in the third person, I noticed.
That's right, Mr. Trump. Yes,
exactly,
signed
Mr. Trump.
Donald Trump.
Is this worth a lot of money to Univision?
Yeah, I mean, this is the problem for, for Mr. Trump. He believes this was a breach of contract. You know, there was a signed agreement just in January that these two parties agreed to, and so now he feels as though, obviously, the Univision company here is not living up to its end of the bargain. Now, what Univision says is that, of course, with these remarks that we heard Mr. Trump say during his campaign kickoff, for a lot of the people who watch their network, it's something that they cannot abide. And to not take a position on that, obviously, for Univision, they felt they had no choice but to move ahead and cut these ties. So we'll see how this plays out.
We'll see how this plays out, and I'm sure it's not the last time Donald Trump will be in the middle of some controversial remarks.
Absolutely.
We're going to see that going all the way into the presidential campaign. Elaine Quijano, thank you so much.
Sure.